Welcome, adventurers! Today we're delving into the sun-scorched wastes of Athas, the iconic setting of the Dark Sun campaign for Dungeons & Dragons. Forget lush forests or grand oceans. Athas is a brutal desert world where survival is the greatest challenge, and ancient secrets lie buried beneath the sands. Let's journey through this unique and infamous D&D setting. The world of Athas is defined by its harsh environment. Once, it was a world of vibrant life and plentiful magic, but reckless use of arcane power, specifically defiling magic, drained the land, transforming it into the dead wastes we know today. Unlike most D&D worlds, Athas has no real gods, leaving its people to fend for themselves in a universe where nature itself is your enemy. The landscape of Athas is dominated by deserts, salt flats, and sparse oases. Forests are so rare that a wooden spear is a king's treasure. Water is more valuable than gold. Adventurers here can expect to face the sheer lethality of the elements, not just monsters and magic. Magic has a dark reputation on Athas. Wizards draw power directly from the land, and most are forced to choose between preserving or destroying the environment around them. Preservers try to cast without harm, but defilers, by far the majority, leave ash, rot, and death with every incantation, making them despised and hunted throughout the world. Psionics are everywhere on Athas. Almost every living creature possesses some psychic gifts, from the smallest insect to the most powerful rulers. In fact, psionics replaces much of what magic does in other D&D settings. The scarcity of magic and ubiquity of psionics make for a distinctly different adventuring experience. Athas is home to a fascinating variety of unique races. You'll find fierce Thry-Kreen, the insectoid hunters, moles, the result of forced breeding between humans and dwarves, prized as gladiators, the cannibalistic halflings of the forest ridge, and savage, nomadic elves who run tirelessly across the wastes. Each brings its own culture and flavor to the setting. The cities of Athas are strange and perilous places. Each city-state is ruled by a powerful sorcerer-king or queen, immortal, godlike tyrants who hoard arcane secrets and wield psionics to maintain their rule. Tyr, Nibene, and Ram are just a few infamous cities, each with its own dangerous intrigues and brutal politics. Perhaps the most infamous of the city-states is Tyr, ruled for centuries by the sorcerer-king Kalak. In one of the few hopeful notes of the setting, Tyr experiences a revolution and Kalak is overthrown. But the city remains on a knife's edge, with freedom threatened by both external enemies and internal chaos. The lack of metal shapes life on Athas. Most weapons and armor are crafted from bone, obsidian, or stone. This scarcity makes any find of iron or steel a momentous event and changes the dynamic of combat encounters. Players who come from other worlds will quickly find their usual strategies upended. Resources are so precious on Athas that slavery is rampant. The economy of every city-state depends on the labor of slaves, captured in raids or wars, and forced into gladiatorial arenas, quarries, or menial tasks. Escaping bondage and confronting the pervasive evil of slavery are common themes in Dark Sun adventures. Wildlife on Athas is as unforgiving as the environment. Massive silt horrors lurk in the endless sea of silt. Mechalots are used as lumbering beasts of burden, and packs of Krufik or Tembo spell doom for unwary travelers. Even plant life can be carnivorous and deadly. Beware the seemingly innocent dunes. Divine magic on Athas is rare and utterly unlike that of other worlds. There are no gods. As a result, clerics and druids draw power from the primal forces or the very elements themselves. Air, earth, fire, and water provide the strength to spellcasters brave enough to bargain with or serve them. The Veiled Alliance is one of Athas's most intriguing organizations. These underground networks protect preserving wizards and conduct clandestine operations against the sorcerer-kings. Veiled Alliance members are constantly at risk of exposure and execution, and their secrecy is their greatest weapon. The tablelands form the heart of the explored Athasian world, stretching from Tyr across the Dragon's Bowl to the ruins of Yarramuke. Dead cities, ancient ziggurats, haunted ruins, and shifting salt storms make the tablelands treacherous and ever-changing, perfect for adventurers hungry for danger and discovery. One of the central threats to Athas is the dragon, a monstrous, nearly godlike being who reigns in terror. This creature, once a human sorcerer-king named Boris, was transformed by unimaginable power and now roams the land, extorting annual tributes of thousands of lives. The dragon's shadow hangs over all of Athas. Halflings in Dark Sun are particularly unique. Far from the jovial hobbits of other worlds, Athasian halflings are tribal, reclusive, and often cannibalistic. Dwelling deep within the forest ridge, they see themselves as the true inheritors of Athas, and outsiders are rarely welcomed or left alive. The mysterious Grey is Athas's deadly border with the afterlife, a bleak realm where the dead are trapped as spirits. Unlike other D&D settings, resurrection is all but impossible. Death on Athas is almost always final, raising the stakes and heightening the sense of danger for any adventurer. The era of the Green Age is an era steeped in legend. Once, the world was lush and full of life. But the rise of powerful magic, the reckless defiling used by Rajat, the first sorcerer, led to the cataclysmic cleansing wars. Champions slaughtered entire races, and the world withered away into the Brown Age. Rajat the Warbringer is one of Athas's greatest villains. He sought to return the world to the halflings by exterminating every other sentient race. Rajat's champions, transformed into powerful beings, waged genocide across the world, but eventually turned on their master, imprisoning him and taking up their own tyrannical reigns. Artifacts in Dark Sun are rare and precious indeed. Legendary objects like the Dark Lens or the Crown of Dust are vestiges of ancient ages, capable of tipping the balance of power. Finding or even hearing rumors of such artifacts can launch campaigns filled with discovery and danger. The Verdant Belt, an area of strange, sudden fertility, offers a glimpse into the lost past of Athas. Here, life persists against all odds, and mysteries abound as to why the defiling magic that scoured most of the world seems blunted. Adventurers seeking hope or plunder often come here. The challenge level on Athas is second to none. Consider, food and water are scarce, magic risks the wrath of defilers, and the land itself seems hostile. Survival requires cleverness, resilience, and a willingness to compromise morals. It's no wonder that Dark Sun is both infamous and beloved among DMs and players alike. Dark Sun's enduring legacy in Dungeons & Dragons isn't just its unique environment, but its compelling themes: the struggle for survival, the moral dilemmas of power, and the consequences of ecological disaster. Athas challenges heroes to find hope in a world where hope is all but lost, and to become legends no matter the cost.